Today we're digging into a really interesting piece of tech, an air purifier that seems almost too good to be true. The Brondell P700BB-W Pro.
Yeah, our mission here is to figure out how this thing claims hospital-grade air purification, but comes with this surprisingly low price tag, like budget level. Is it a real deal, a breakthrough even? Or is there, a catch somewhere down the line for folks who buy it? Look, the thing that makes you stop and look twice. This Brondell Purifier, it's priced around $99. $99. But it claims to cover up to, wait for it, 1,655 square feet. That combination, low cost, huge coverage. It's pretty rare in this market. It really is, which immediately makes you wonder, okay, how did they manage that? What compromises were made to hit that $99 price?
Let's tackle that. Section 1, power and scope, the raw numbers.
Yeah.
And that coverage figure, 1,655 square feet.
You just can't ignore it.
No, you can't.
That's not just for a small bedroom. We're talking large living rooms, open plan areas, maybe even small offices.
Okay, but let's put that number into perspective straight away because, manufacturer coverage claims, they often use a metric called 1 ACH.
ACH, air change per hour.
Exactly, 1 air change per hour. It means all the air in that huge 1,655 square foot space gets filtered once every hour.
Which sounds okay, maybe.
Well, it's fine for just, basic dust removal, general air movement. But if you're buying this because you have serious allergies or pets or you're worried about viruses, you need more, way more. The EPA, for instance, often suggests aiming for closer to 5 air changes per hour for effective removal of those things. 5 ACH. Ah, okay, so that changes things quite a bit.
Yeah.
If we apply that 5 ACH standard, that more demanding benchmark, what happens to the 1,655 number?
It comes down significantly. Based on the motor's likely power and pushing air through a 4-stage filter, you're probably looking at an effective coverage for real purification, like for allergies or germs, closer to maybe 300, 350 square feet.
Right, which is still decent for a medium or even large room, but it's not a whole house solution at that higher performance level.
Precisely. It grounds the marketing claim. It's still impressive for the price, just not that massive area if you need high performance.
Okay, good context. Now, the basic filtering ability, it says 99.97% removal of particles 0.3 microns or larger. Dust, pollen, dander, smoke.
And that 99.97% figure, that's the definition of true HEPA filtration. It's the standard. So fundamentally, it does have that core effectiveness against common irritants.
So the foundation is solid.
Yes. And it's got a 56W high torque motor. That torque is important, actually. It suggests the motor is robust enough to actually pull air through the dense filter stack without losing too much power. Cheaper motors can struggle with that resistance.
Got it. So the basics check out. Strong motor, true HEPA. But now, the big claim. Hospital grade. How does it get there? That takes us to Section 2. This Aurabeat AG Plus technology.
Right, this is the unique selling point. This is what Brondell is highlighting. Most purifiers in this price range, maybe 2, 3 filter stages. This one has 4.
4-stage, yeah.
You've got your standard pre-filter for large stuff like hair, then the true HEPA we just talked about, then an activated carbon layer that's key for odors, smoke, VOCs.
And the fourth one, the special sauce.
That's the Aurabeat AG Plus antimicrobial layer. This is the proprietary bit.
Okay, AG Plus Wizzo. What does it actually do? How does it work? Is it just marketing fluff or is there science here?
Well, the idea is it goes beyond just trapping things. It's designed to actively neutralize certain airborne bacteria and viruses, reduce them. And while the exact formula is proprietary, technologies like this often use silver ions. Ag is the chemical symbol for silver, right?
Silver. Like the stuff people used historically to keep water clean?
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Exactly that principle. Silver ions have antimicrobial properties. They can disrupt the cells of bacteria and viruses. So the filter material itself is likely treated with these ions. The pathogen gets trapped by the HEPA filter, then it comes into contact with this Ag plus layer, and the silver ions are supposed to, deactivate it, reduce its viability, prevent it from multiplying on the filter.
Okay, so that's the logic behind calling it potentially hospital grade. It's not just capture, it's an active reduction step aimed specifically at germs.
That's the angle, yes. Now, about that specific term, hospital grade. It's probably more marketing language highlighting the potential of the technology rather than a formal certified standard like, say, CADR scores.
So no official hospital stamp of approval? But the underlying tech, the silver ion layer, is there to provide that extra germ-fighting dimension.
Correct. It gives people worried about germs, maybe families with kids or immunocompromised individuals, that extra layer of reassurance that a standard HEPA filter might not offer, even if the term itself is mainly for marketing appeal.
Makes sense. So that AG Plus feature is really the core reason someone might pick this Brondell over, say, another $99 purifier that only has standard HEPA and carbon.
Absolutely. It's the unique value proposition for that specific concern.
Okay, we've got the power, the unique tech. But does it actually work well day to day? Section 3, practical use, design, and what actual users are saying.
Functionality-wise, it seems pretty straightforward. 3 manual fan speeds, low, medium, high. Standard stuff. But it also has an auto mode, which is quite useful.
Auto mode. How auto is it, given there's no app or Wi-Fi connectivity?
Yeah, it's basic auto, but effective. It uses an onboard air quality sensor. So if you start cooking and smoke increases or pollen count goes up outside, the sensor detects the change in particles, and it automatically kicks the fan speed higher to clear the air faster.
And then ramps back down when things are clear.
Exact. The design seems to be a strong point in the reviews. It's described as modern, minimalist. It's a slim, vertical tower shape, matte white finish, designed to be fairly unobtrusive, fit against a wall or in a corner without dominating the room. They definitely seem to have paid attention to aesthetics.
Good. Now, the user feedback. It averages 4.6 out of 5 stars, which is pretty solid. What are people consistently praising?
2 main things pop up again and again. First, its actual air cleaning ability. People notice a difference with smoke, cooking smoke, other smoke pet dander, general odors. They feel it works. And second, that performance to price ratio. Lots of comments like, feels premium for the price, or punches above its weight. The AG Plus tech also gets positive mentions from those specifically looking for germ reduction.
But no product is perfect, especially at this price point. What are the downsides? What do the critical reviews focus on?
2 recurring themes emerge. First one, noise.
The price of power.
Pretty much. On low speed, it's reportedly quiet, fine for living spaces. But on the highest speed, which the auto mode will use when it detects bad air, it apparently generates a significant hum. That powerful fan noise that makes conversation difficult or isn't ideal for light sleepers. It's effective, but loud when working hard.
Okay, so a potential disturbance on high. What's the second main criticism?
The lack of smart features, which we touched on. Competitors like Levoit, Coway, Winix, many now have full app integration, scheduling, remote control, detailed air quality history.
This Brondell has none of that.
None of it. Its only smart feature is that basic onboard auto mode sensor. So if you're heavily invested in a smart home ecosystem, this unit will feel, well, pretty disconnected. Basic.
Right, so it seems they put the money into the motor and the filter tech and skip the Wi-Fi chip and app development.
That seems to be the trade-off, yes.
Okay, that leads us perfectly into the final and maybe most critical section. Section 4, value and the potential cost catch, the economics of this thing.
Right. Let's circle back to that initial $99 price tag. It's undeniably attractive. And compared to rivals like the Levoit Core 400S or Honeywell HPA 300, which might cover similar effective areas, the upfront cost is often lower. Plus, it has that unique AG Plus tech.
There's always a but, isn't there? Here's where things get really interesting, and it comes down to maintenance. The replacement filters, they aren't cheap.
No, they are not. The sources indicate a replacement filter pack cost around $62.99. Let's call it $63.
$63 for a filter. For a machine that costs $99 to buy.
Yep. And you typically need to replace these filters every 6 to 12 months. Let's average it out to maybe once every 9 months for moderate use. So your annual filter cost could easily be around that $63 mark, maybe even more if you run it constantly in a polluted environment. Could be closer to $80, $90 a year in some cases.
Wow, so over 2 or 3 years, the filter cost could actually exceed the initial purchase price of the unit itself.
Easily. This looks very much like the classic razor and blades business model. Sell the device cheap, make the profit on the essential consumables, in this case, the proprietary filters.
So that initial $99 bargain starts to look a bit different when you calculate the total cost of ownership over, say, 3 years.
Absolutely. Suddenly, that $99 unit plus, let's say, 3 filter changes at $63 each. That's $99 plus $189, bringing you close to $290, which puts it right back in the same ballpark as some of those competitors, maybe even slightly higher than some.
And there's another potential snag mentioned in reviews, Filter availability.
That's another point, yes. Compared to massive brands like Levoit or Honeywell, where you can find filters everywhere, the Brondell P700BB-W filters might be less consistently available, maybe only direct from Brondell or specific retailers.
So potentially more expensive and maybe harder to find when you need them. And you
That's
have to use their
right.
filter because of the AG Plus layer, right? No generic options.
Correct. That unique AG Plus technology locks you into their specific proprietary and a relatively pricey filter.
Okay, let's bring it all together then. What's the final verdict on the Brondell P700BB-W Pro?
It's a fascinating mix. You get potentially huge coverage, though realistically very strong coverage for a large room at high performance, plus unique drum neutralizing tech, all for an incredibly low initial price. But the trade-offs are significant. Noticeable noise on high, zero smart connectivity, and crucially, expensive and proprietary replacement filters that drive up the long-term cost considerably.
So who is this actually good for?
I'd say it's an excellent choice for a very specific type of buyer, someone who is budget conscious upfront, whose absolute top priority is maximizing particle and germ filtration in a large-ish space, maybe due to allergies, pets, or health concerns, and who is willing to accept the noise, the lack of smart features, and crucially, budget for that ongoing filter cost. If those conditions fit, it offers unique tech at an entry price point that's hard to beat.
Okay, so recapping the key takeaways for you listening. The Brondell P700BB-W offers impressive power and that unique Aurabeat AG plus antimicrobial feature for under $100 initially. A really potent combo on paper. But you absolutely have to remember that low entry price is balanced by high recurring filter costs that bring the total ownership cost back towards the mid-range average over time. Plus, it can be loud, and it's decidedly not smart.